President Trump is facing his first lawsuit related to the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Democratic Congressman Benny Thompson accusing Trump and his attorney Rudy Giuliani of conspiring with the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers to incite the riot. The lawsuit cites a federal statute passed after the Civil War to protect the KKK, prevent the KKK from intimidating lawmakers. It says, quote, defendants Trump, Giuliani, Proud Boys, and Oath Keepers plotted, coordinated, and executed a common plan to prevent Congress from discharging its official duties in certifying the results of the presidential election. Out front now, Democratic Congressman Hank Johnson of Georgia, who will be joining this lawsuit. Congressman Johnson, I appreciate your time. You are a lawyer, nearly 40 years of experience practicing law, 12 years as a judge in Georgia. So you know the merits of a case. Why are you confident that you can win this one?
Well, I mean, it is clear that President Trump in public, I mean, out in your face at his rally on January 6th, incited insurrectionists to come to the Capitol to disrupt our proceeding. And that fits squarely within the confines of the statute that he is accused of conspiring with Rudy Giuliani and others to violate. That is the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, which, as you said, was put in place to stop the intimidation and violence against Southern Congresspeople, often Black, who traveled to Washington, D.C. for official business. And so this is exactly what Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani, consorting with the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, did. They tried to stop us from doing our constitutional duty, which was to count those electoral votes and certify the winner of the presidency and the vice presidency. So,
Congressman, there's something specific in here which is very significant. The lawsuit accuses Trump of delaying his speech that day for a specific reason, so that members of the Proud Boys could advance to the Capitol and overcome the police presence there. Do you have evidence, timeline evidence, to support that?
Yes, no question about it. The Proud Boys split off from the rally about a half hour early and started walking towards the Capitol at that time. And when they got to the Capitol, they created pretty much a diversion, which then allowed the larger crowd to approach, at which time they were able to gain entry into the Capitol. And so it was a carefully coordinated event. There were, while the president was speaking, while President Trump was speaking, the Proud Boys were marching. And then when the main crowd approached, Donald Trump was tweeting, and there were bullhorns and radios in use telling the public who was approaching the Capitol what the president was saying to further incite the crowd. And so it was a carefully coordinated and staged event and effectively pulled off.
So, obviously, Trump was not convicted, right? You only had 7 Republicans, but they were 7 Republicans who stood up courageously and said that Trump did what he did. But yet in this lawsuit, obviously, it's Democrats who have signed on board. Are you concerned that could make something which should be nonpartisan partisan?
Well, you have to keep in mind that this lawsuit is filed by the NAACP, which has a history and a legacy of protecting Black people and the rights of Black people. And this was a race riot. It had as its basis racism. I mean, this whole big lie that Trump told to incite the insurrectionists was based on the alleged theft of votes in places like Atlanta, Detroit, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. This is where Black voters are. And he wanted to stop the steal, incentivizing his people to go attack based on them thinking that Black folks had taken something from them. And so this whole affair was built on racism. And that's why the NAACP came in to file this lawsuit along with Congressman Benny Thompson and I look forward to joining it.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Congressman Johnson. Thank you very much. And I want to
Thank
go
you.
now